my channel. Happy Sunday. Today I am here for this month's installment of Cozy Crafty Sunday, and I'm going to be working on this pop-up color flower thing. I think this is intended as like a Mother's Day gift. Yeah, it says includes customizable gift tag, but it's basically like a flower arrangement made out of paper, and I thought that that sounded interesting. Now in here we have the floral pieces, we have some Faber Castell markers, we have instructions, and we have a gift tag. So I am filming this, what is today? I think today's Tuesday. I've mentioned a couple of times that Steven and I are going away for Memorial Day, so I need to get everything filmed ahead of time since we won't be home. So hopefully this won't take me too long. We'll see. So we have the markers. Oh gosh. Also, you guys can probably hear my washer. So if you hear water running, it's the washing machine. I had to put laundry on. Okay, so let's open these without injuring myself, preferably. So we have 5 of these markers, which look like my Ohuhus, but I think Faber Castell is a pretty well known brand in the art world. So these are double-sided. So we have two purples, 2 greens, and a yellow. We have the die cut pieces. Oh, so we have 2 envelopes of die cut pieces. Okay. And then there's actually a lot to color. All right. I think that's everything. So let's see here. This is the paper vase, and I'm assuming this is also a part of that. So we have lots of little pieces here. They said this was going to be quick, but now I am not so sure. Okay, so put all those there. Try to match up our pieces here. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Using the box for inspiration, color both sides of the floral pieces. Add shading and details for more interest. Coloring the pot is optional. Allow marker to fully dry to prevent smudging while assembling. Okay, so it looks like they use the purples, obviously, for the flowers. So why don't we... This does look really cool once it's finished. Okay. What do I want to start with? I guess we'll start with the flowers. So we have 73 and 75. So I'm going to start with this one. I feel like I should have something to color on. How about I use this? My hair is everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to do the light purple everywhere, and then I will shade with the dark purple. Ooh, these are a little streaky. Okay, so I need to be a little more intentional. They're nice markers though, they're very juicy. I'm now considering that I picked the wrong shade. I saw, oh no. Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit different. I assumed that 73 would be lighter than 75, but I think it goes the other way. No. That's okay. So I'm going to do, oh wait, you can't put the lids on the other side. Dang it. It is. Okay. So I should have swatched them first. Darn it. I was gonna say gosh darn it. I think we can make it work though. We'll use this as the back of one of these. I think it'll be okay. And then I'm going to use the yellow. I'm gonna try to kind of follow the little lines in the middle to kind of get a little bit more yellow. All right, it's not bad. Could it be better? Yes. We'll try again. Just so that I know. Let me, okay, so that's 75. See, why did I think that 73 was going to be the lighter color? So this is 75. Okay, let's try this as the main color. See, that's just like so much better. Yeah, I like that much better. And then that way I can kind of, I can hit it with the darker color on the outside, and I think that'll look much better. I do like that they give you the big tip, because we can kind of get through quite a bit. So let's try this one, kind of focusing more on just like adding shadow to where these lines are. I think that might look a little bit better. Give us a bit of detail. And then I'll layer some of the yellow in the middle there. Okay, let's go in with our yellow. And then I'm just gonna, again, kind of follow these middle lines. How do we feel about that? I think that looks a little bit better. We can improve though. We can always improve. So I'm gonna just straight up do straight lines through this so I can hopefully try and eliminate some of that streaking. Not sure if it helped, but that's okay. Maybe a little bit. Okay. I want to, like, you know, mix them all up a little bit. I don't want them to all be the exact same. I don't know if that's the right call or not. So this one I'm going to outline all the petals in this darker purple. And then I think what I'll do is I'll try to kind of blend it a little bit, so it doesn't look super stark. These are definitely very nice markers. And then I'll go in with my yellow. And I want to take the thin tip of the darker color and kind of go around these lines a little bit. Okay. I feel like I need to do another one that has the dark purple in the middle to kind of balance the one that I did wrong at the start. So let's do that. I think maybe I need to give this a chance to dry. These are really juicy. Do any of you use the Faber Castell brand markers in your coloring? Because I've heard of them before, and I was actually kind of surprised to see this kit with the Faber Castell markers in them, because I know they can be a little bit pricey. So I was surprised that I was able to get them at that price point. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just do another layer of the dark color to kind of shade it a little bit. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to shade around the outside. I apologize for my voice if it sounds a little bit froggy. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to pre-film, so I've been filming a lot after I get home from work. So it's like I've already been talking at work, so my voice sounds hoarse, but then I'm also trying to talk in my videos, so apologies for that. All right, we've got another one. I think what I'll do is I'll do the front side with you guys, and then I'll go through off camera and do the reverse, and then I'll come back and I'll put everything together with you guys. So I think that's how we will we'll play it this time, because I don't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me color for, you know, super long. Also, I know that some of you guys have been asking for a coloring Cozy Crafty Sunday with like my actual coloring books. I have not been coloring. I know I need to get back to it. I actually saw a couple of coloring books that I wanted to buy, and I was like, you have not been coloring. Why are you going to buy coloring books? Which is fair, but I like them. So I have not bought them, but we'll see what happens. All right, so let's add some shading. I'm going to use the skinny side for this one. See if that is a little bit cleaner. And then go in with the yellow. I think these are irises. Oh no, this is, no. I think it's a pansy. Does it say on the box? Let's see. 5 dual tip. No. Am I? I think they're pansies. Oh yeah, pansy. I was right. Yes, look at me go. We used to have pansies in our gardens when I was a kid, so I thought this one was cute. They have some other options. I will try to remember to link these for you all. They had other, they had other options, but nothing that really, I don't want to say nothing that interested me, because they were all pretty, but I think this was my favorite for like the colors and stuff. Okay. Did I get yellow? How did I get yellow on it? Oh well. these are for me. I'm not giving this to anybody, so I think it's okay. I'll try to cover it with the... Okay, and some more yellow. Another pansy done. And we'll do, let me look at the box. I want to see if there's any variation. No, it looks like they don't keep any of them white. They're all, yeah, they're all light purple with the dark purple outlines. So we will do that as well, except for my two mistakes, because I don't pay attention. I will say, I am grateful that they did the chisel tip, this thicker one here, because I can move through them pretty quickly. And pre-filming Laura, who's on a bit of a deadline, very much appreciates that. So. Okay. Yellow. All right, so we're on our last single flower here. I'm curious to see. Oh, okay, so they do these little buds in yellow. Okay. I was talking about these. They paint these little guys yellow here. So let's do this one. I think once they dry down a little bit, they will kind of blend together a bit more. So that's what I'm going to tell myself, and hopefully I'm right. I can hear Steven getting dinner ready out there, which is nice, because I was like, I just realized that we're not going to be home. Like, my brain was like, okay, you just need to pre-film Friday. I don't know. In my head, we were still coming home on Monday, which, no, we were coming home on Sunday. And I was like, oh, I'll just do a later Cozy Crafty Sunday. It'll be fine. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be home to film Friday, Sunday, or Monday. So I had a little bit of a panic, and I was like, I need to film. So that's what's that's what's going on. And I almost debated not doing Cozy Crafty Sunday, but I have not failed with posting in so long, and I don't want to start now. I've done Cozy Crafty Sunday like consistently for... Hi.
Hello everybody, I've just come in for some scissors.
Scissors? Why do you need scissors? Why do you need to cut it? It has a tear tab.
It does not have a tear tab.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it's all messed up. So.
Okay. I was just telling them that you are making dinner because I had a mini freak out that I forgot I wasn't going to be home to film.
Oh my God, I know, right?
I was a little bit wound up about it.
It was like the end of the world.
No, it wasn't the end of the world, but it was, I panicked a little bit.
You did panic. Yeah. So, does everybody know what we're having for dinner?
No.
No? Should I have them guess?
If you want to.
No, I'll just spoil it. We're having buffalo chicken subs.
Yep.
It's gonna be delicious.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Adios, peeps.
Let me know if you need me.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah.
I need some.
What do you need?
Can you come out and help me?
No.
I'm just kidding. I got Luna as my helper.
Yes, that's right. Just don't let her lick the tenders.
You want her to lick?
No,
tenders?
no, 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 no.
It'll be my taste tester.
Yeah. Okay, so I do wish that they gave a better printout of, I know it's supposed to be like, you know, your creativity and stuff, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time distinguishing what some of these are. So I think I only need this little bud here to be yellow. So I think these are supposed to be green. So I'm gonna color them green, and if I'm wrong, oh well. I'm kind of alternating between this lighter green and then the darker green. And then I can add some shadows to the lighter green if I need to. I think that'll be okay. We'll see. I just want to color the small spots, and then I will bust out the big chunky side. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the chunky side. So we'll do that. I guess I could also just kind of like go to town with this light color and then go in and shade everything with the dark one, but I'd like there to be a little bit of variation. What do we think? How's it going? I don't know. Does it look bad? Don't tell me. The flowers aren't the best, but I think we can bring it back around when we put everything together. I think we'll be all right. I do wish there was a little bit of a lighter green. This is kind of like a bright green and then a deeper green. I wish this was like a little bit more muted. I think that would be nice. So we'll do that, and then I think I'll come in with the dark green. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I should use the small side. Oh, I wanted to do a little more there though. See if like, is there enough definition, like difference between these? Or do they look kind of the same? They look kind of the same to me. This is definitely a touch darker though. Once they dry down, I think we'll see a bigger difference. I will say that the like sample picture, it is a little bit messy. It's definitely not like perfectly colored in, which I appreciate. You can definitely see the, you know, you can see some of the marker lines, and it's not just like a mock-up. Like it looks like somebody actually sat down and colored it. So it shows that it can be just, you know, it can be a little off. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's what we're going for. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little off. We'll be fine. I'm just going to go through as I'm coloring around the lighter areas, and I'm going to just throw in a little bit of shading with this darker color in some of these lighter areas. This is actually cute. I do think it's actually kind of cute. And I know Mother's Day has passed, so I don't know what you could give it for. Maybe a birthday or something like that. Or hey, you know what? Father's Day. Fathers can get flowers too. Why not? All right, so then I'm going to do another purple pansy here. I'm gonna start with 75. I actually thought about pulling my Ohuhus out, and Ohuhu is a brand of markers if you're not in the coloring world. So I did think about pulling my Ohuhus out and doing like different colors, but I was like, you know what? It's kind of nice that they have selected the colors for me. I don't have to think. I can just pull the 5 markers out and just do. So that's what I decided to do. But you could definitely, you know, if you have a large marker collection, you could definitely pull that out and add other colors or more definition or whatever. So I am putting some of the darker purple around where I put the yellow. I'm looking for a little bit more variation in some of these. I just don't want them to all be the exact same. So I will do yellow in the middle, and then right where I put that darker purple, I'm going to do some yellow. And then I'm also going to do this little bud in yellow. All right, not too bad. We're going to do this one pretty much the same way. Oh gosh, I forgot that was sticky. So let's do this the same-ish. Doesn't have to be perfectly the same, but somewhat similar. I think I'll do this light green again. And then we'll go there. We'll go there. Okay. And then I think that is supposed to be part of the pansy. So we'll skip that for now. We'll go here. We'll go there, and I think we'll go here. And then I think the rest can be dark green. Okay. And then we will do, is that supposed to be green? I think so, right? I think that's supposed to be green. It is now. excuse me. The allergies have been kicking my butt lately. I've had a scratchy throat and everything. Okay, I want to actually add in just a little bit of shading. Nothing crazy. I just feel like it helps blend the lines a little bit when it doesn't look as stark. Also, I am not an artist. I've never claimed to be an artist. I just kind of do. I just do what I feel looks right, and then if it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's okay. So I'm going to do our light shade of purple. Oh shoot, you know what Steven and I forgot to do today? We forgot to vote in our school budget vote. Yikes. Also, I feel like this is, okay, I shouldn't have said also because I'm completely changing the topic. I feel like with these flowers, maybe the not so perfect blending and lines kind of add to the flower, because they are flowers, which are supposed to be, you know, nature-y. Maybe that's just me gaslighting myself into believing that even though they look bad, I can pretend I know art and I can convince you that it's beautiful. Listen, not every Cozy Crafty Sunday is a win. We have definitely had some busts in our over a year of Cozy Crafty Sunday. Okay, let's do these little thingamabobbies. And these are mostly green. So I think what I might do, would it be weird if I made this all light green and then I just went in and I shaded it? Because that's kind of what I feel like doing. Which it might look weird now because that's not what I did with the smaller pieces. So this might be a mistake, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm gonna see how this turns out. I just don't want to get this little yellow spot all messed up. So okay, I think we're in the clear. So finish this. And then I will go in, whoops, with the darker green. And I'm gonna kind of like, I'll add some of the darker green to some of these other pieces. And then I'll kind of just loosely outline some stuff. Am I making a mistake? What do we think? I think we can salvage it. I think we can make this work. Just trying to add like a little bit of texture, you know? All of you actual artists out there are probably like, oh, Laura, what are you doing? And you know what? Fair. It's been a long time since I've taken an art class, but I can assure you I was actually pretty good at it. I wish I had taken more art. Especially in like high school. I took a few really good classes that I loved. Like I took ceramics. I loved ceramics. I also took, what was that other art class called? I took just, you know, some regular art classes. I loved ceramics though. It was so fun. I'm trying to think. I took something else. What was it called? I can remember some of the stuff we made, but I can't remember what the actual like art class was called. But I loved all my art classes. I wish I had taken ceramics like 2 years. So I took it, I think I took it as an elective my senior year, but I wish I had taken like ceramics 1 in junior year, so then I could have taken the next level my senior year. But I didn't, which was a bummer. I wish I had done that. Ceramics teacher wasn't great. She wasn't very nice, but the actual ceramics class was a lot of fun. Trying to think of what I made. Anyway, I just wish I had taken more art. I grew up in a military household. My dad was in the military, and he was always like, you know, do whatever you want to do. But I feel like if I had been like, I want to go for art, it would have been like, what? I don't know though. I really don't. I can't draw is the thing. I definitely couldn't have pursued art because you have to at least be able to draw to get in to art school, and I definitely could not do that. Okay, some of this is a little bit wet, so I might have to come back to add in a little bit more, but I'll do what I can. Yeah, it's definitely still a little wet. I don't know if it's the markers are very juicy, but I don't know if it's like the paper that we're using. I'm not quite sure. Definitely doesn't feel like just paper. I feel like it has a little bit of like a slick finish to it. Doesn't feel like a cardstock. I don't really know, honestly. All right, so all we have left is our 2 big pieces, and then I need to do the back of everything. So I will do this. I'm assuming dinner is probably going to be ready soon, and Steven might need help with parts of it, so I'll see how far I can get before he asks for help. So is this supposed to be green? I think so. Okay, I'm gonna make this light green, I think. I think I'm gonna have to finish this video tomorrow because I think like this side that we just colored, I think it's gonna take a little while to dry. I don't think I'll be able to just start coloring the other side. So that's fine. I'll make it work. Okay, so I need to play the game of, is this part of the flower or is it something else? So I'm gonna take the same approach with the leaves on this part. I'm going to color everything green, the lighter green. And then I will go back through with the dark green. So can I actually use my bigger? I think I can. Although, you know what I'm realizing? I hope I'm not bleeding through. Not bleeding through. So I'm using this piece of the envelope to kind of like color over. I hope it's not pushing it onto the other side. Okay, this is definitely a flower. So I think these are leaves. And I think these are leaves as well. And then I think it would be down here. in between, I think. And skip around there. Okay, I think that's right. And then up here. Okay. And then let's go here. Looks pretty good. And then all of this should be green, I think, including this little part. And then all of this as well, but not this part. I honestly kind of, and this, again, am I just gaslighting myself? Maybe. I kind of feel like a little bit of the messier the better. Okay, so there's that green. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the lighter green dry, and I'm going to go in to the pansies first. I'll lay down the lighter color and then shade the green, and then come back and shade with the dark purple. I think that's going to work out. So, got that. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. If y'all were looking for a super detailed in-depth of this project, apologies. I'm sure somebody else who is much more talented than I am has a video on this somewhere. But if you like diamond painting and other crafts, you can hang out. Maybe something else on my channel will be a bit better. All right, let's go in with the dark green so that I can add some shading. I'm just gonna kind of like pick some leaves to just darken, and then I will add some shading to some other areas. Okay, how do we feel about that? I actually don't hate it. And then let's do a little bit of darkening of some of the purple. You do have to be careful with the green since some of it's still wet, so. I can definitely see where I've gotten a little bit of green in here, but I think it'll be okay. And then back in with the yellow. That's not yellow. This is to do our centers And pull that out a little bit. Okay, so there's that one. Again, once things dry, I think they'll meld in a little bit better. So we have one more to do, and then I will do the back side off camera. So let's do the greenery first again. And I'm gonna do all this, the lighter green. I shouldn't really say lighter, the brighter green, I guess. And then I will come back through and I will add in some of the dark green. Okay, so this is definitely part of the flower. So skip that. Right? I think so. Skip that. Make that green and then make this green. I think we've got that right. Okay. And then let's go in with light purple again. I hear sirens, but I can't figure out if it's something Steven's watching or if there are actually sirens outside of the house. Time will tell. Okay. So we'll do this one. Perfect. Not perfect, but you know what I mean. And then we will add in some dark green. Definitely not perfect. Okay. So there's some dark green, and then we're gonna go in with some dark purple. Wait, 70, yeah, okay. I was like, is this the dark one? It is. Okay, and I'm gonna make this little back piece here a little bit darker. And then our yellow for our middles. And there we go. Okay, so I have everything painted, not painted, I have everything colored on the one side. So what I will do is I'm gonna let these dry. I will paint the other, why do I keep saying paint? I will color the other side and then I'll come back and we'll put it together. We'll put it together. Yeah, I mean, those are the words I'm supposed to use, right? I don't know why it sounds funny. We will piece it together with each other. There we go. So I will see you guys when everything is ready to be put together. All right, everybody, we're back. I have everything colored on both sides. I have the, what is going to be the vase, and I have the instructions. So let's see if we can make this happen. So fold on indicated lines and secure the end tab. Okay. They did say it was optional to color the base. I decided not to color it. I kind of liked the, I like the way that they have it on the box, and they did not color it, so. Okay. And then fold the arms of the starburst center pot piece down. Black hexagon should face up. Slide the centerpiece inside the pot base created in step 3. Easy enough. Okay. First step, well, I guess second and third step, done. Okay, and then connect the 2 large center flower pieces together until the bottom stems are even. Gently slide them into the X slit top of center pot. Okay, I should have these somewhat sorted. So we've got the greenery. There we go. Okay. Hello? There we go. Come on. Something is not working here. But they don't go that way. What am I doing wrong? Oh wow, it's really hard to get these together. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I did it. They just don't sit right. Okay. There we go. And then add the 4 outer stem pieces in the 4 remaining slots. So these ones. Whoops. I'm actually going to take this out of here. I feel like it's making it harder to slide things in, so let's feed these in here. Maybe. Oh, I don't like how it feels on my nails. My nails are kind of long now, and I do not like them long, so I don't like the way that it feels. Let's try a pair of tweezers to maybe pull these down. I will say these little slits are very tight. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to do the little pieces first. These are not cut very well. Ooh, I don't like the sound. Okay, I'm going to do the little pieces first, and then I will put that larger piece in, because it's kind of hard to work with, and these are not cut large enough for the pieces. So let's give a little trim. Yeah, they're not cut. The slits aren't cut wide enough. It's like just off, but off enough. And I understand they probably want it to be a tight fit so things don't move around too much, but I don't know. Let's do this one here. That one is wide enough. Okay, and then this one. All right, now let's put this back in here and see if I can put the big centerpiece in. Oh boy. This looks like a good project in theory. I don't know if I'm overly impressed with it, if I'm being honest with you guys. Everything's a little bit off, which now it doesn't look clean, you know what I mean? Okay, so I think it needs to go... Let me get this centerpiece in. I'll be right back. Okay, I have everything in and it looks a little bit of a mess. Not going to lie to you guys. I don't, I'm not the biggest fan of how this one's turning out. It says to add dimension, bend the flower petals up. Wait, but what about all these? Oh, wait. These little ones have, like little slits in the middle. Connect the two large. Huh, okay. It doesn't actually tell you to put these on. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think they go, by the picture, it looks like they go here. And then you can like bend them. Okay. Bend I will do, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't tell you to put these on here. Oh, Jesus. It doesn't even work. Oh my gosh, I was so excited about this one and it sucks. Dang it. I hate when that happens. That bums me out. You can't even slide these on. Oh, good job, Laura. I can't even slide these on. The cutouts are too small. Just try not to break it. Unfortunately, guys, I think this Cozy Crafty... God damn it, Laura. I think this Cozy Crafty Sunday was a little bit of a bust. Apologies for my swearing there. I try not to swear on my channel, so I do apologize if you're watching with little kids. Sorry about that. Yeah. Let's see if I can do this one without ripping it. So we're gonna have one little flower bud without a center. Let me... Apologies for my messy desk, but here is the actual craft. I am not impressed. Unfortunately, this one was a bust for me. I think it has the potential, but I don't know, the paper that they used, it just doesn't fit together well. Everything is like, nothing lined up well. Nothing lined up well. None of the slots were cut properly. So I do think this one was a bust, unfortunately. I didn't love the material that we were coloring on. One side was like really glossy, and then the other was just like paper. So if you guys can see, like that one's really shiny, and then this one is just like matte, regular cardstock type paper. It's thicker than cardstock, but that's what the texture feels like. And everything was really difficult to piece together. So unfortunately, I don't recommend this Cozy Crafty Sunday kit. I will say that the markers they gave you were really nice. These are very, very juicy. I know that Faber Castell is a pretty highly rated company in the art world. I think this system could use some work. They call it pop-up coloring. Here's the box. So pop-up coloring. This is the, what did I say this was? Morning Glory set or something? What is it? Pansy. This is the Pansy set. They had other flowers. I don't know. It also says quick and easy, suitable for all skill levels. I'm gonna hard disagree on all of that, unfortunately. And the directions were not fabulous. It actually doesn't tell you, it doesn't tell you when to put these little pieces on. So in my opinion, the directions were not complete, which is a bummer, but yeah, that's gonna do it for Cozy Crafty Sunday. Sorry this episode was a little pieced together. I ended up filming it over 3 days, so this part is Friday and we're leaving for camp very soon, so if it feels a little bit rushed, I do apologize for that. But that's gonna do it for Cozy Crafty Sunday. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. If you're in the States and you have a long weekend, I hope everybody enjoys their Monday off, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!